Hey, what is up, guys? So in this video we're gonna be looking into the for loops. So yeah, first we need to understand what loops are. So let's say you have a block of code which you want to repeat a fixed number of times. So these loops, they iterate over the members of the sequence in order and then executing each block each time. So things will be clearer with this example. So there are basically two types of loops that we're going to learn: for loop and while loop. So in this video we're going to be looking a little bit about the for loop. Okay, so let's say we have a list of fruits. Okay, and then it contains few items: mango, and then you have apples, then you have oranges, then you have pears. Okay, now let's say I want to print out each of these items. So what I have to do, I write print, then fruits, and then give the index of that specific item. So I have to write it 4 specific times, right? So yeah, so it's a pain in the ass. So instead of writing it manually just like this, we can use this clever way with the help of loops. Is that first we write for, and then we define a variable. So this variable, you can think of it as a placeholder, so that's going to store these items. Okay, and then you want to specify which list, since we have one list in this case, so which list this f variable is placeholder of. So in this case it is fruits. Okay, now when we write print and then just f, so what it's going to do is it's going to iterate 4 times, and then each time it runs in this f, first it's going to take this mango, next time it runs it's going to take the value as apples, then oranges, and then pears. So and then it's going to print out. Let's see, mangoes, apples, oranges, pears. So yeah, we can print it, and we can even append something to the list. So let's say you want to add something, so you have this empty list and you want to add something. Okay, so this time what we're gonna do, we're gonna write, let's say we have another variable I, you can even use f, it does not really matter, f in, and this time, since our list has no item, so if I write array of fruits, so what it's gonna do is that it's not going to run, so it's gonna hit an error because we do not have any item in this fruits. Okay, so we need to specify the number of times we want it to run. So let's say f in range, so the number of times we want to run, so let's say 5, so it's going to run 5 times. Okay, so each time it runs, it's going to take value from 0 to 4 excluding 5. Okay, so first let's see the value of f. Let's see the value of f. First time when it runs, it takes the value as 0. Second time it runs, it takes 1, then 2, 3, and 4, and thus we have loop that runs 5 times: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's say we want to get an input from the user and store it in this fruits. So what we can do is that let's get a variable, user input. Okay, and then let's get the input, enter the fruit. Okay, so whatever the user enters, it's going to be stored in this, and since we know that variable can store one item at a time, so first time it runs, it's going to take whatever the user inputs first time, and then what we're going to do, we will just append it to the fruits. So fruits dot append, what we want to append, the value that the user is going to input and which is going to be stored in this user input, so user underscore input. Okay, so this is going to run 5 times, and yeah, so we're gonna have 5 inputs from the user, and those 5s are going to be stored in this fruits variable. Now after this loop is done, we're gonna print saying, let's display the fruits that the user has inputted. Fruit, let's say mango, orange, junk, whatever, whatever it is, and then pears. Now it shows mango, orange, junk, 89787 and pears in a list. And yeah, that's basically the for loop. So in the next video we're going to do some really cool stuff with the for loop. So yeah, thanks for watching.